get started.
Stop playing a bubble. Class, today we're going to be learning about chi-squared. There are 3 types of chi-squared tests, but today we're going to be learning about the chi-squared test for homogeneity.
When do we use the homogeneity test?
Okay. We use the chi-squared test for homogeneity when seeing if 2 populations are the same. Okay, class, now let's turn to page 547 so we can work problem 6.
I don't have that problem in my book. I found it.
1.
Okay, now it's time for us to look at our litter box. Oh, I mean toolbox. Silly me. Look at this picture. That reminds me. Here are my cats, Rosie and Gus.
Cute.
So cute. Oh my gosh. So cute. Okay. So for our step number 1, we have our null hypothesis, which is there is no difference in proportions. And then our alternative hypothesis is there is a difference of students and non-students. Okay, for our second step, we have our conditions. Does anyone know what the conditions are?
Simple random sample. All counts are greater than 1 or at least 1. And then...
I know the third one. Expected counts have to be greater than 5.
Perfect! Okay, our step number 3. Okay, so now we're going to enter our data into our matrix. Okay, perfect. Okay, next we go to stat. We go scroll over to tests and scroll all the way down to the chi-squared test. Perfect. Okay, now enter, 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 calculate. Okay, perfect. So this is our chi-squared value, that is our p-value, and those are our degrees of freedom. Alright, and then to find your expected values, go to second matrix, scroll over to edit, and down to matrix B. And these are your expected. Okay, so for step number 3, now that we've calculated in the calculator, we have our chi-squared as 2.66, our p-value as 0.10, our degrees of freedom at 1, and our alpha at 0.05. So for step number 4, what does that mean?
We failed to reject the null hypothesis.
Exactly. Does anyone else know why?
Because the p-value is greater than alpha.